Yes, good afternoon, good afternoon. You know the vibes, man. You're rocking out with yours truly. The Sizzle, Showtime, Shine News. This is the sauce, man. Yes, that's when we check the levels, right? Sizzle. That's when we check the levels. All right, I just had to share that a little bit, right? But now what I want to do is, right, I'm going to get into break down a couple of things, man. You see what the title of this is called? I'm going to get into. The title of this is the reason why there aren't any American boxing superstars, and I'm going to give y'all some of the many reasons why. Why? And you see, I got shout out to the Kings right there. Rest in peace to a couple of those good brothers in this picture. Smoking Joe, you know, Smoking Joe, man. You see Smoking Joe in there, but the reason why these guys were superstars and Mayweather, Trinidad, De La Hoya, Roy Jones, the reason why these guys was megastars was because number one, they wasn't boring. Number two, social media wasn't as affluent as it is now. And I'll get into that in a second, but see, these guys was accessible. I'm saying, damn, so that's what you mean by accessible. You know, they did meet and greets, not the meet and greets like that you see these fighters do today, going to an expo and having a booth and selling their merchandise, having your birthday merchandise, stuff like that. You know, that's cool too, because you're making your coin. But when I say accessible, I mean these guys used to be out in the public, like they was they would put on park jams. You know, they would be in the malls. They would be active in the communities. You know, everybody likes to bash Don King, but Don King knew how to create mega stars, superstars, and that is part of the formula. And getting back to what I was just saying earlier about social media, see, social media, and you have people managing your careers and advising you and telling you, publicists telling you to tweet more, do this more. No, tweeting and taking corny pictures on social media is really not connecting you with the fans. And doing, you know, minimal interviews, and I'm not saying that because I interview fighters. I'm just saying like doing minimal interviews and not really being out there active is what's really killing the death of the American boxing superstars, because your fans can't really connect with you. Yeah, sure, Twitter and all that. That's not a real connection. That's not a real connection. See, guys be thinking because they have X amount of followers and this, that, and the third. No, that's a social media world is not a real world. A real world is when they know you're gonna be at the mall and you're kissing and hugging babies and taking pics with kids. See, that is what creates superstars. See, one guy that the reason why he's a superstar is Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez does that with his people, with the Mexican people. That's why they are so attached to him. But see, the American boxing superstars, they are boring. All they do is tweet. They They're not accessible. When you do see them out, they are most of them are with bodyguards. You know, like I said, they're just very boring, and they think just because they have a large Twitter following, Instagram following, Facebook, that makes them a star. It doesn't, because at the end of the day, there is no real genuine connection with the people. I know you're saying, damn, so how can you say that you don't know nothing? Yes, I do. I grew up around this. That's why I love to say, but hey, what do I know? And I have the catalog to prove it. I have the catalog to prove it. See, right now, what I'm giving you is actual sauce. That's why the so-called superstar boxers, American boxers, don't do real large pay-per-view numbers. And a part of the reason of that is too, everybody is streaming. You know, you're gonna get the naysayers that's gonna say, nah, it's because people are streaming. No, it's yeah, they streaming, but why are Jake Paul, the Paul brothers, doing 1 million+ pay-per-views? Don't people stream their stuff too? You know why? Because it's more of a connection with those guys. Because for all their YouTube sensation antics, they are accessible. They are accessible. You know what I'm saying? They are accessible. See, a lot of the so-called fighters, these superstar fighters, you can run them all from Tank Davis to Earl Spence to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is trying to do a good job of being accessible, but the thing that's killing him is he's not fighting. You know, he's pushing his dates back. But he's one guy that is fan friendly. But like these other guys, like the Charlo brothers, you could just run down the names. Just run them down. They're not stars. And that's why I tell these younger guys, because now these younger guys coming up, it's about to be their time. Do not make the same mistakes that the names of the guys that I just named made. Do not make the same mistakes. Follow in these guys' footsteps right here, what I have the picture of. Larry Holmes. Remember, Larry Holmes had a car dealership. See, look, the source is giving y'all history right now. Larry Holmes had a car dealership. The public used to do giveaways. He used to have all kind of cookouts, everything. And he used to be thousands upon thousands of people at the heavyweight champ's car dealership. Smoking Joe Frazier was amongst the people. These guys were people's champion. That's why it's the reason why they're called people's champions, because they are amongst the people. So you new era champions. You're not with the people. You guys are the social media era. You know? And social media killed y'all. It kills y'all. And you know what else also kills y'all? As far as the death of the American boxing superstars, y'all want it to be Floyd. Floyd is Floyd. You have to be yourself. You have to be yourself. There's only one Floyd Mayweather Jr. There's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one Lennox Lewis. There's only one Roy Jones Jr. You have to be yourself. Yeah, you can take points from his blueprint and try to map it out, but you can't be him. See, a lot of guys, especially the PBC fighters, they want to be Floyd, and that's why you guys missed the boat, missed the opportunity, because instead of being you wanted to be somebody else. And like I said, only that person could be that person. If that makes any sense to you. But yes, this is the Death American Boxing Superstar Saucetalk. And like I just said, social media played a major role in that. And it plays a major role in that to this day right now. Because you see these superstar boxers, a lot of them at the 135 pounds. No need to say names. All they do is, how they get the fans excited is they tweet. They tweet back and forth. That is so corny. It's corny, But the good thing about you guys is you guys still have time. You're young. You guys are young. But see, some of these older fighters, the clock done ticked. The clock done ticked. Many years have passed now. And there's a new pride of lions, pack of wolves coming up. Excuse me. And before you know it, it's going to be their time. It's pretty much their time now. It's pretty much their time now. They are slowly but surely ascending to the throne. And hopefully they break this cycle. Because I see a lot of these young guys, my guy included, Jihad Tucker. I see Boots Ennis. I see Polo Dawn. It's a lot of young superstars that have potential to take it back to where it was. That Lock song, let's take it back to the way things was. Yes, we have a chance. We have a chance to do that. But don't get caught up in that whole social media image thing, because I'm going to tell you, the thing that's killing these guys, I don't know who is the publicist or who's telling us the look. All of these fighters, right? You can go on any of their social media pages. The way they take pictures, your pictures are so fake. Like that's the new norm. Acting like you're not taking a picture when you're taking a picture. Like there's no authenticity. Hopefully I said that correctly. My pronunciation was proper. There's no authenticity in the way you take your pictures or the way you come off in your pictures on your social media. Right there, that is a very strong disconnection to the public. I can remember seeing Mike Tyson, right? I remember seeing Mike Tyson at Gleason's gym. He had the big boy 600 Benz parked outside. The Fiend was wiping his tires down, big rims. Mike Tyson came out at Gleason's gym, stocky, big diesel. The people went crazy. They mobbed him. They ran to his, what's his name? Mike Tyson handed he was a crackhead, man. I'm going to say it. He gave the crackhead $100 for wiping down his tires in his car. But he sat out there. He had a couple of Nation of Islam bodyguards. But he was out there accessible to the public. He didn't speed off. He stayed out there with his people for a little while. Talking, smiling, kissing babies. That's why he's a star to this day. To this day, man. But y'all don't hear me though. It's like, hey, what do I know? What do I know? You're rocking up with yours truly. This is the sauce, man. Saucetalk, and I'm just breaking down a couple of reasons why. All right. Yes, this is the death of the American boxing superstar. I could have put up the picture with Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Oscar De La Hoya, even though Dana White called him a cracker. De La Hoya was a superstar. Felix Tito Trinidad, Puerto Rican Tito, was a superstar. Roy Jones Jr. was a superstar. Roy Jones Jr., I posted a clip and from Bernard Hopkins' $1 million worth of game interview. Bernard Hopkins is a legend, living legend. He compared Roy Jones to the Michael Jordan of boxing at the time, and that's true. You got to remember when Roy Boy was so ill and ahead of his time. Remember, he played. I believe he played a pickup basketball game, and then he fought at the same time. See, that's superstar shit. You understand what I'm saying? Are y'all catching the sauce right now? That's superstar shit right there. What he did. He played a a basketball game, I believe it was, and then he fought that same night. He played like a minor league, like a CBA type of basketball game, and then he fought. You know who else did that? Deion Sanders. You see the comparison, the qualifications of being a superstar. You see what superstars do. Deion Sanders did that. Deion Sanders played a game for the Atlanta Falcons football team, and then I believe he played a baseball game for the Braves the same day. I know he did it. It might have been the Yankees. I know it was one of the teams. He played both. He did both in the same day. That's superstar shit. Now these fighters, right? Getting back to them, the reason why they're not stars like that, because like I said, they're boring. They're not accessible. They're not doing like how I said about Larry Holmes. How Larry Holmes had the car dealership. Other fighters be having restaurants or stores, and they used to be in their stores, so it would be like meet and greets. Like, who's doing that? No knock, man, but he is large and in charge in Omaha, Nebraska. Terrence Crawford. You know what it is. Terrence Crawford just gets a lot of hate because he does it his way. You know what I'm saying? He's a simple dude. But he gets a lot of hate from the so-called brothers. I don't need to say who the brothers are. The brothers, they hate on him hard. But in Omaha, Nebraska, Bud Crawford is a superstar. And he's like I've been around him in New York. Bud has it, man. Bud just gets a bad rap from the so-called media that should be uplifting him. And they know who they are. I don't need to say no names. I don't need to, because like that's what one thing over here I don't need to feed into that no more. Been there and done that. But at the end of the day, Bud is probably bigger than a lot of these dudes that y'all try to hype up. And y'all always try to hype these dudes up because of the quote unquote pay-per-view numbers that they did. But like I said, when I had Bud's people on here, you see what Bud's people was saying about Bud. Like I said, it's the death of the American boxing superstar, man. I just wish like these young guys, Jihad would be alright. A couple of names that I read off earlier, they'd be alright. But guys like Big Baby, Jared Anderson, they have potentials to be the superstars, man. Just don't follow these guys' blueprint, man. These guys that had the driver's seat right now. Do not follow their blueprint because they dropped the ball, man. A lot of them, man. And one of the key guys that dropped the ball, Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was on the verge of being a mega star. He's still a star, but he's not. He had one pay-per-view fight, right? And he lost that. But he has so much potential to be like the next Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's what they was touting him to be. And that's what messed him up because instead of him being AB the problem, the can man. Remember, he was the can man. Anybody can get it. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Africans, Caucasians. He was ill. That was ill. Hopefully y'all caught that source. He was on the verge of something. But then he went away from that. And he tried to be pretty boy. As do all of these guys. Instead of them being them. Man. Here my phone just be blowing up, man. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I just want to come on here. Hopefully we get this debate going today. Like my group has been sparking up some stuff. It has been sparking up a lot of momentum. I got my guy Pop a lot of shit and Mr. Ohio runs boxing. They should be having a debate, and see what the source stream. The source stream has sparked that. Let me take this down and go to the source stream and pull that up. They should be getting a debate on. That's cool, right? You see what I told you what this page is gonna be doing. And it's doing that. It's opening the doors. It's opening doors. 'Cause that's what it was about. Opening doors. You heard? It was about opening doors. They asked me if I wanted in on it. And I'll be a mediator. I might want it. I'll be the mediator. I might get in on it, be the mediator. Yeah. That's the top. Let me refresh this. That's why I was doing like that. That's not refreshed. So I'm refreshing that. Hopefully y'all like that little piece I just did on the death of the American boxing superstar. This is the sauce you're rocking out with. It's really showtime. Sizzle. I am the sauce. Man. Oh man. Man, oh man. I gotta start getting these drops from out now. That's where we're at with it. Let's see how it sounded. There's a lot going on. There we go. There we go. We're better. How's that? Numbers, man. In 1 week. That's good. We gotta build on that though, guys. Definitely gotta build on that, man. Definitely gotta build on that. Yes, I wanna pull up the activity, man. Well, I've gotta be mindful of time. But Mr. Ohio boxing, because he is in a Midwest state, and I think they are on the Central time. Like an hour to be mindful of the. There we go. No, still low, very slow. But hopefully y'all was digging that piece running back. I'm pretty sure others will try to put a twist on the sauce. Now that I dropped that video, that's like we were live, man. We were definitely live. The death of American boxing, man. For all you youngins, man, social media is good. But getting out and kissing the babies and shaking hands and being seen is even better. You feel me? Hopefully y'all caught that, so it didn't go over your head. Shaking hands and being out, being seen is better than posting up pictures and just, social media is cool, but it's not the only way. And a prime example of that is Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is very active in the Mexican community, and that is why he is so large and in charge. That is why he is so large and in charge. And I've seen tickets are going for $28,000. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. But hey, what do I know, man? Listen, I am going to close on that. Hopefully, y'all dug that sauce. I might be back on, but I might not, because I have a online parents conference. Let me jam a little something out right now. I was working on that this morning, and hopefully y'all dug that sauce, man. You know the vibes, man. Always keep God first. Never put a limitation you can do and can accomplish. Definitely tap into tap into this group, man. We're trying to do some things with this group. We're trying to change the whole perspective of the game. And when I say, the game, how we are viewed, how we are, how we are looked upon, you know. So definitely tap into that, man. We want y'all to definitely tap into that.